All right, another video today. We're going to be installing the BlackVue Dashcam on the 2024 S650 Mustang. This is the Dark Horse model. One thing to note about this installation before we dive in, first off, I don't think I've really seen any in-depth videos on this quite yet, so I'm excited to be one of the first. But also the new 2024 Mustangs, the premium models, have a USB-A port on the front side of the rearview mirror. This is exciting because Ford added it in, I'm assuming for radar detectors, dash cams, GoPros, etc. The BlackVue Dashcam runs on a 12 volt or 24 volt system. The USB is a 5 volt system, so I had to get a little creative because the out-of-the-box adapter for the Dashcam, they have a ton of different ways to power this thing. I'll go over those in a minute. Is a DC, single pole DC port running 12 volt or 24 volts. So I had to call on a friend of mine to get this little adapter to work. We'll see if it does work. Otherwise, I do have a backup. But I'm really excited about this. I want to kind of go through the box and the things that came in it. This is the, they have multiple different types of dash cams for taxis, for commercial vehicles, if you have vans and things like that, you own a business, or the personal stuff like I have. So they have a 4K ultra high definition 2-channel dash cam. That means there's one in the front, one in the rear. It is a cloud connected dash cam. That means it has an app on your phone and you can wirelessly connect to it via Wi-Fi and pull that footage right from the dash cam and the memory card that's on board with the dash cam onto your device. This technology has been around for a while. One thing that sets BlackVue apart from the rest, outside of the overall presentation and everything well thought out materials that are included, is that they also have an LTE dash cam. That actually requires a cellular plan, but it will upload to the cloud where your phone can access it at any time, right from the dash cam itself. There's also an adapter and an additional box that you can add if you want to add that LTE connectivity to the cloud connected dash cam. I decided not to go with the LTE version because frankly I just don't drive the car enough. I didn't want to deal with the cellular plan and all that sort of stuff. I'd be happy just to have the memory card and the ability to connect wirelessly with my phone, but I just didn't see the need for the additional expense. So we'll pop this box open. This is the DR970X 2-channel Plus. And the folks at BlackVue have been super accommodating, super nice. Had lots of questions for them. All right, so we have the rear dash cam, which is 1080p, and the front dash cam, which is 4K. One unique selling point about the BlackVue dash cam is that it does have a higher bit rate. What exactly that means is the quality of the video is just going to be better. 4K, 1080p, 720, 480, 8K, all of those refer to the amount of pixels that are included in the video itself, right? And this is a 4K dash cam. We're all familiar with what 4K means. But a higher bit rate just means that it's going to have a clearer picture. This is especially important at night, right? Any camera is going to have a pretty darn good picture during the daytime, but the higher bit rate allows for a better picture at night. So you have this unit here, which I really like, the cylinder type unit, because it kind of hides behind the rear view mirror. You almost kind of forget it's there, which is more or less what I was looking for. And then in the rear, they have the little 1080p camera that connects via a wire that'll run through the headliner out to the camera here. So, and it's kind of small because you'll be looking at it in your rear view mirror, and frankly, I don't want this to take up the whole rear window. So you pull that out, in-depth instruction manual. Then they have this box in the bottom. It has all kinds of cables in it. This is the wiring that you would use to run to the rear camera. This has all kinds of different adhesive, double-sided tape adhesive mounts for the cameras, as well as an adapter to be able to connect it to your computer. So it takes the micro SD card, plug it in there, and it's a USB-A right into your computer. You have another adapter. You also have a plastic BlackVue branded pry tool and an alcohol prep pad for the surface when you're ready to use the adhesive. This is standard. So there's, like I said, there's multiple different ways to power this dash cam to your car. And it all really just boils down to what kind of dash cam experience, I guess you could say, you're looking for. If you daily drive your Mustang, you park it frequently in public lots or on the street, you're probably going to want to invest in a way to have this dash cam running when the car is off and you're away from the vehicle. I don't live in a park in a public parking lot. I don't daily drive this car, so I was fine running the USB-A on the back of the rearview mirror or off of the car's battery for a period of time, and then the camera shuts off via settings that I set on the device. That's my preferred way of doing it. They also have a couple different battery backup options. I'll show these on the screen in the video, but the first one, it's a little bit cheaper. That charges via the standard car charger port, and you would wire it into a car charger, probably put it in your center console in a Mustang, and then run the wiring up to your car. That allows for, I believe, 12 hours of battery backup time, so essentially overnight, which is perfect for most people. You park the car overnight, and the next morning you have footage if somebody hits your car or something along those lines. Then they have a beefier option, and this sucker was big. I had to look. It was tough to tell like how big it was just by the product images, but if you look at the dimensions, you'll see it's probably, I think, 6 or 7, maybe even 8 inches. So you'd probably have to put this in your passenger glove box, or find a way to mount it under the seat, because I doubt there's any room behind the dashboard. But that actually hardwires to the fuse box, and it will charge that battery and run the dash cam for 36 hours. That's a long freaking time, for 36 hours after the car is turned off. Another alternative which they just came out with, which is pretty cool, is this additional box they sent. The OBD2 adapter. So you can see that there. It actually plugs in, you run the wiring down to your OBD2 port. If the USB port does not work for me, this is my backup plan. But built in, or right out of the box, without any additional adapters, you have the option to hardwire to your fuse box. So you would poke a hole through one of the plugs in the firewall, run the wiring safely up to the fuse box, tap in there, find a fuse that is powered on when the car is on and powers off when the car is off, and kind of run it that way. So I don't think I'll be needing this for this installation because I have the OBD2, but good to have it in case I do need it. And the last thing, the car charger, standard car charger. And again, if you don't feel like running through the firewall, you could literally just plug it in your regular charging port here, which the Mustang has one up here, and then they also have one in the glove box. You have that option as well. So there's multiple different ways to power your device. All right, let's get this party started. First thing I'm gonna do is download the app. Download the QR code. There it is. Double click to install, Face ID. All right, it's downloading. Let's move this camera around. So the cool thing is, so this locks and unlocks on there, and you can turn it, and then it locks in place. So I'd probably put it right here. And pretty much near invisible from the driver's seat. I don't think I'd put it down there because, yeah, up here in the corner. And then there's a USB port right here, so I can run it. I like this. Okay. Allow to send notifications. All right, open. Location required, local network required, storage. Allow while using app. Would like to find and connect, allow. Get started. Create an account. Take the lens one off last. Something about consumer electronics and peeling the plastic off. So the thing is, I think the easy part is installing the dash cam itself. The hard part's running the wiring. Got some rubbing alcohol. Peel the lens off. I did not see anything about installing the camera upside down, and I would think in the settings you could probably, it either has a sensor in it that picks up, you know, similar to your cell phone, where it knows right side up, or there's a setting where you can turn it over. All right, OBD2 it is, but for now, let's actually unlock this, because I would like to put the the micro SD in here. It's a 512 gigabyte card, and it goes in with the top of the card facing the power plug. All right, so now we can push the lock button and get the power going, and just run this down to the OBD2 port. There it is, it's got power, pretty cool.
Initializing SD card.
Wow,
Do not disconnect the power.
it's got voice on it. This dash cam talks to you.
BlackVue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
All right, plus camera. Plus camera, seamless pairing, all X series models. This is a DR970X. Perfect, seamless pairing. Next, allow. There it is. Let's verify your camera. Boop. Whoa. Successfully verified. Next, register and connect. Allow. Wi-Fi hotspot. Join.
Cloud connected.
Wow, they really do make this easy. Oh, next. We're in miles per hour. There's more settings. Event triggers, connectivity, save. Live view. Interesting. Okay, so it is upside down. Let's see if I can flip that. Video. Camera rotation. Look at that. Save.
Settings have been changed.
Live view. Look at that. Cool. Cut connection. Next up, we need to find a way to hide this wire. Should hopefully be pretty easy. Behind the headliner here, they even include a little pry tool to help get it up there.
Parking mode off.
I think we switched sides here. So you really can't see anything right now. And we have it down to here. And again, I'm a big fan of OEM Plus, so I'm going to study this for a second and see the best way this whole thing is an airbag. Gotta be careful not to block that. So I think the best course of action is the weather stripping here, all the way down underneath and there. So let's see if we can tuck it behind here. Perfect. And look at that, that length is almost perfect. Grab a zip tie and I'm good to go. Back seat of a Mustang. All right. I think it's going to be easier to find excess space to put the cable back here than it would be up there. So we're going to run the cable from the front camera to the rear camera. So I'll start up there for that. This guy though, peel you off and get our rubbing alcohol. So one thing to note is that this rear glass is tinted. I don't think that will make any incredible difference. It may inhibit just a hair, but you know what? It's only 35%. All right, same deal here. I'll probably be able to make this upside down because I think that's the way it was out of the box, but if I can do it this way, that way, I'm gonna run the wiring for the rear camera around the passenger side of the car. Since I've already kind of used up some of the space with the driver's side with the power. So that's my plan. Peel the adhesive off. And I had to start the car because it got pretty hot in here in the driveway. So that's what you're hearing in the background. AWE on quiet mode. Let's make sure it's in the middle. Let's use the seat as a marker. And then make sure it's level off of the rear defroster lines. Turn it, and that's it. Beautiful. And now we run the wiring. There's a lot of wiring here. I guess this is probably because it's a universal fitment. It's not like it's measured out for Mustang. Thankfully, in most cars, there are places you can kind of tuck the wiring. Front, rear. Look at that, it's labeled. So you got front and rear. So front's gonna have the 90-degree. It's gonna be a little tight with both these wires popping up here. Let's do it this way. I think I got a little bit of room underneath this. Heck yeah. All right, so I can kind of pinch that in. I'll snap a picture real quick so you can see it. And then we'll start making our way. Instead of down the windshield, where the A-pillar trim panel meets the headliner. We're gonna get our handy dandy trim piece tool The other cool part is the only thing I've used of my own here for this installation are zip ties. That's it. Everything else has been included. But thankfully it's a pretty simple installation. And now I'm tucking it in here between the headliner and the weather stripping until I get back to the edge of the window here. I don't want it against plastic because it's going to rattle, so I'd rather have it against the headliner. Just like that, your installation is complete. I love it. And now, we'll want to hop into settings. You may not like that I'm connected to CarPlay wirelessly. So, here, Wi-Fi join. Perfect. Live view. Rear. Haha! Also upside down. Alright, so we're gonna settings, video, camera rotation. Rear, rotate 180. Perfect. Save changes. Rear. That is beautiful. Doesn't get much better than that. As you can see, installation really wasn't too bad at all with the OBD2 connector. That was my preferred style. I'm not gonna have anything plugged in there permanently, like a tuner or anything like that. So it was an easy way to get power. It didn't clog up a car charging port. I could have gone through the firewall and gone and found a fuse, but I'm not terribly keen on that. It's a pain in the butt. Some people are more inclined to do that, but I was looking for a quick and easy installation that checked all the boxes, got what I wanted out of it. I really would have loved to use the USB port on the back of the rear view mirror. May have to do a little bit more homework on that, so stay tuned to the channel. If I do change that, I will do another video talking about making that switch. But all in all, super easy installation. Really excited to get using this thing and go on some trips and hopefully never have to put it to use, if you know what I mean, but it's there if I ever need it, and frankly, might be able to do some cool autocross stuff with it. So we'll go on a drive and see what this thing's like. As you can see, the BlackVue dash cams have super clear video. This is exactly what I was talking about with that higher bit rate. It's 4K in the front, 1080p in the back. Have both cameras here. The sound is all right. It's only a dash cam. It's only a microphone on board with those devices, so it's not gonna be super awesome. But that's not why I bought it. I bought it for the security, and I bought it to potentially use on some high performance situations like this. So other than that, comment below, let me know your thoughts. Feel free to subscribe for future videos on the Dark Horse S650, everything Mustang, and more. And we'll see you next time.